Hello, everyone. Tom, aka Nostradamus. We're having camera issues. I gotta turn it on. The issues on the issues. How's everyone doing today? Tom, aka Nostradamus. I am the bombist. How's everyone doing? How many times am I gonna ask how you're doing? I don't know. I feel a little weird. I don't see anyone in the chat. I know people come across and see this video after the fact, but it's a little disturbing having to talk when I know no one's. Oh, hey, Sean's in the house. How you doing, Sean? We do got someone in the house. I'm so glad to hear that. How are you doing today, Sean? All right, we got I would say we have a lot on tap. I don't know that we necessarily have a lot on tap. I feel like this could be a quick stream, but I like to wax on, so this one could last 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or an hour and a half. Today I want to look at one of my favorite smart chains, Harmony One. We're going to take a look at the Degen yield farms over there. There's a few that's coming out. I do got to say, I'm not a huge fan of some of the yield farms I'm seeing coming out. I'd like to see some more solid stuff. We did get Curve lately, and I'm really, really looking forward to Aave, believe it or not, because there's so much you can do with Aave. Aave is such a powerful platform. For example, the ability to deposit any asset and borrow a different asset against that can be extremely powerful. For example, depositing your Harmony One and then borrowing Bitcoin, right? Or just borrowing cash. But when you borrow Bitcoin or Ethereum, those can be very powerful hedges if you believe we're at tops. Anyway, I'm not going to wax on too much about that. We'll take a look at that in a minute. I do want to see what's going on with cryptocurrency in general. We had quite the wild weekend. You know what? Something I did do this weekend. Actually, hold on. I want to pull it up. But I got to flip on over to my desktop, make sure nothing too crazy is going on over there, and then move the Discord over. So give me 1 sec. So last week I did join Crypto Savvy's Discord. And I got to tell you, they're pretty bearish over there. There's also some trolls, I say trolls, people that are longing. Speaking of Discords, man, I'm a little worn out. All right, Sean, I'm glad to hear you're doing great. I'm a little burnt out on NFTs already, so I went pretty crazy down the rabbit hole with NFTs. There's just so much garbage spewing out. Right now, I'm holding a couple mutant cats. I do think those are generally a good project. We'll see how that plays out. There's some other interesting stuff coming out this weekend. Man, you talk about all over the place, right? The big drops this weekend were Jungle Freaks. That has been very interesting. I did watch a dude. I got to tell you, man, I think it's Randy Crypto or something like that. This guy. So pre-reveal when it comes to NFTs is one of those things like, man, you don't want to stay in the project past the reveal, because a lot of times the price will dip. This dude YOLO'd in and bought like $35,000 worth of Jungle Freaks, and I got to tell you, the balls on this kid, but it paid off, man. I think Jungle Freaks, and I'm not gonna lie, I really do like the Jungle Freaks artwork. I do want to take a look at it really quick. It is pretty cool. A lot of times, you have that reveal and you're like, Jungle Freaks look pretty cool. Also, the Kaju Kings has been a big one. That one's doing really well. Doodles is another one. So those are the three I would say to have on your radar. Doodles, well, Mutant Cats too, but I'm already in that one. The ones that I'm not in that are on my radar are those three. Jungle Freaks, Kaju Kings, and Doodles. Kaju Kings has a token and I believe breeding and all kinds of stuff coming up. Doodles, all the kind of the same stuff. So I think the Doodles is a really well-known artist. The Mutant Cats just bought a CryptoPunk this weekend, so their DAO's based upon a bunch of cool cats in there and mutant cats. I'm sorry, not mutant cats, but a CryptoPunk and whatever else they add to it. They're being kind of hush-hush about what they're doing with the breeding and things like that. So we'll have to see how that plays out. Again, I have two of these. My average cost is 1.35. I bought one for 0.77 and the other one for 1.9, so somewhere around 1.35. Anyway, this is holding up pretty good. It has touched 2 a few times. We'll have to see how this plays out. Long term, I do think this one can go up. In general, like I said, in NFTs, I'm burnt out, man. NFTs are a lot of work. A lot of freaking work, a lot of Discord time, dealing with lots of garbage, trying to get on whitelists. It's just more than what I want to be involved with right now. So I am looking to gravitate towards more blue chip stuff and then just kind of hold long term and see how it plays out. There's a lot of money that can be made in flipping it if you know what you're doing. There's also a lot of people out there getting wrecked. It's in a bit of a lull right now. CIA defector in the house. What is up? How you doing, my brother? There is a lot of opportunity. It's a bit bearish out there in the NFT land, I would say, for the most part. But with the Coinbase thing coming up, that could be really huge for the market. If you don't know, Coinbase is getting into the NFT game. That's why I'm pretty excited, because I own Coinbase stock in my IRA. I do think Coinbase is going to be a monster. We'll have to see how they pull it off. They got tons of money, right? They got tons of freaking money to pour, and NFTs are going to continue to be. I mean, why do you think Coinbase put Shiba Inu? Like, why do you think they listed Shiba Inu? Because they think it's this great coin that is going to be amazing? No, because of freaking people. Because people have to buy. People, you know, there's a lot of people that want to buy and sell it, regardless of whether it's a good idea or not. And Coinbase makes fees off of it. Coinbase is making money hand over fist, allowing the trading of cryptocurrency. OpenSea did something like $2 billion in volume in September. Do the math, right? So Coinbase has a lot more money to throw at making a really robust NFT market, something that's very, very early. So anyway, I do think the Coinbase NFT is going to be huge. I did get on the wait list. We'll have to see how that plays out. We'll have to see if they do, you know, cross-chain, and see how that works out. Anyway, let's get to the market, and then we'll talk about Harmony One and some of them Degen yield farms, including, oh yeah, so I did want to mention I was in Crypto Savvy. Dude, there's a lot of, like, did they already kick me out? I mean, I haven't really said much, but man, there's some Kool-Aid drinkers over there for sure that, you know, that the old Bitcoin's a Ponzi scheme and Bitcoin should be $0 and short, right? There's some longs in there too, right? So it's, if you need a good time, a little bit of meme, a little bit of humor, I do recommend the Crypto Savvy Discord. So the interesting thing, so if we look at Bitcoin, we did have a little chili dipper this weekend. It looked like they were going to flush things out. We're looking like we looked like we were having it again this morning. I mean, my goodness, in the last, like, since I started the stream, I think we're up $1,000. Wasn't this just 60,000, like 200 before I started the stream? Looks like they were having another little chili dipper. I don't know, man. I always joke around. Some whale needed to make lunch money for the team, and so maybe they got that in. But the interesting thing is Crypto Savvy keeps saying, I'm not getting bullish until this happens. Well, he wasn't getting bullish because he has this gorilla ascending trend line, right? And he's like, I'm not going to get bullish. Nothing's changed, guys. I love you, crypto, but he's not going to get bullish until Bitcoin gets above this trend line. This might not be exactly his trend line, but it's close enough, right? And then it was, then he's like, I need to see an open and a close above the trend line. We've gotten that for like 2 days now. We're in the 3rd day of that. I feel like he's still holding on to his bearishness. So I'm looking forward to see, hopefully he puts a video out today. I do want to see where he lands. I recently got into Defikingdoms in the Jewel 1 pool. Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute, bro. I've made a lot of money off Defikingdoms, I'm not gonna lie. For the 7,500 I put in, I'm making about 30. Yep, that sounds about right. we will take a look at my full allocation over there. I did have up to $14,000 in there at one point, and we'll touch on that in a second. All right, so Bitcoin having a little dip again this morning. We'll have to see how it plays out. I did discuss last week how we were at a critical level, and so far we're blasting through that with smashing success. Plan B is looking like he is a time traveler. He is nailing it. I did mention, like, at the end of September, or no, wait, yeah, at the end of September when it was right at the 43K, I did say if we're at like 63K and above October, we are on pace for that, because that's what he said. Anything greater than 63K at the end of October is his worst case scenario. We keep coming in his worst case scenario. Looking forward to hopefully it being a little bit better than that. We are about, I don't know, 2 weeks, a day short of 2 weeks away from the October close. We're pushing 61.4. It's looking very much like we'll be above 63K. I mean, it's not guaranteed, right? We could just as easily dump back down. Always mentally prepare yourself and have a plan. Or if I'm wrong, plan B's wrong, and all these other moon boys out there telling you that we're going to 700,000 are wrong. Just have a plan, right? Can you withstand another major dump? I will tell you, I'm not looking, like even now, I'm just like, oh my goodness, Bitcoin's going below 60,000. I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood for another dump right now. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that we're going to the moon eventually, right? Long enough time horizon. I'm just not in the mood. I've already had a really long summer. Let's have a little bit of what all the bulls, right? All the bulls are telling me that October, November, and December are going to be great. So far, October has been, and we'll have to see how this plays out. Anyway, we did get above. I did discuss it last week, how important it was going to be Bitcoin's most critical. And I don't say that like everyone else all the time. This is a critical level. I did say it last week because we were getting above the 50. On the logarithmic growth curve, we were pushing up to an important fib, and we've held both so far, right? And then we've held crypto savage trend line, so that's another big one. Taking a look at my Elliott wave analysis, because I have the greatest Elliott wave on the planet, the most pro, right? I think we're in a wave 3. This is just a rough guess. This could obviously, come down a little bit, not reach this, maybe extend longer, maybe be shorter. But I do think we're in a wave 3. It was looking a little touch and go there for a second, but then Bob's your uncle. We're back off to the races. I do think we will see another pullback. Maybe it just lasts a few days. It could be a big dip. Right? There could be another big shakeout. You got to be ready for that. You got to be prepared for it. You got to be prepared for the fact that maybe I don't know what the hell I'm doing with the Elliott wave, and that next big pullback is actually the end of the bear market. So, again, I'm being real with you. I'm being honest with you. I am by no means an Elliott wave expert, but I did take my hand. I did try my hand at it, and as I did it, I even looked for smaller Elliott waves in each one of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC. And in each one of these waves, there's several of those, right? So we'll see. It's Elliott wave does interest me in general. I don't put a lot of, technical analysis. Is just something I'll do every now and then, just kind of have a little bit of fun. Things I mostly pay important to when it comes to cryptocurrency is the supply and the demand. A lot of the on-chain data that we get from people like Will Clemente, Willy Woo, Fan B, right? Those are all bullish AF. Those are much more important to me than whatever, the fibs do seem to play up a lot, but at the end of the day, it comes down to adoption and supply and demand and all that, right? All the on-chain data, the big one, adoption. And the adoption is coming like hand over fist. And I think a lot of people overlook that, especially like in the crypto savvy. I know I keep picking on them, but they're just like, oh, Bitcoin this, Bitcoin that, and it's a Ponzi scheme. And no one, do they even know what an NFT is and how Ethereum and Ethereum gas is? And is everyone overlooking the fact that This market is being driven by Ethereum just as much as, in my opinion, it's being driven by Ethereum just as much as anything right now. And Ethereum might become like much more of a factor going forward. Now, whether or not Ethereum flips Bitcoin, which I think it will, is a little bit neither here nor there. Bitcoin is, and to me, that's all it ever needs to be, is an amazing store of value, right? I do believe it is the best store of value, supply and demand on the planet. Much better than gold. Yes, I do think it is digital gold 2.0 for many reasons. It's only con, and it's not a con that you could say compared to gold. I think it's a pros. You can't touch it or wear it. I mean, come on, dude. You know how often I touch fiat, like dollar bills? Hardly ever. The only, honestly, you want me to be real? The only time I ever touch money is when I when I get weed delivered to my house, right? Because most of them only take cash. If it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't have touched money in years, right? Yes, they deliver it to your door here. How freaking crazy is that? Anyway, enough about that. Let's we had a little chili dipper, but we're coming back strong today. So Ethereum was pushing 3,900. It's still, you know, the Bitcoin dominance is going to do its thing for a while. The altcoins are going to be a little hit or miss until that happens. I do think Ethereum is kind of starting to buck that trend versus a lot of the other altcoins. Ethereum's still looking really strong. A lot of people are calling for all-time highs in Ethereum here pretty soon. I think that's a pretty safe bet in my opinion. The Cardano's been a rough one. I got to tell you, it's been rough. We're hanging around the lower end of this Fibonacci. It's in an accumulation phase. We'll have to see. Nick in the house, how you doing, brother? This is the first time I've caught you live on stream. We'd like to say thank you for Oh, you are welcome. You are welcome. I love Ian in the house. Ian Tubby in the house. Longtime OG. Good morning, Ian. Checked in late. You have an exit plan for Are You Holding Forever? Yeah, man, I have an exit plan. My exit plan hasn't changed. My exit plan is I'm good with holding. Dude, I'm good with holding, right? In fact, that is my preferred exit plan, is not having to exit. If Bitcoin pushes up against the top of the logarithmic growth curve and the fear and greed, like the fear is hitting 99 or 100, I'm going to be forced to sell. I'm hoping that happens after I've been in most of my coins for over a year, which comes around the end of January or maybe the end of February. I got to double check that. I don't know if this explosion is going to happen this last quarter like everyone says, or it's going to be extended. I've often thought that it will be extended. But if we hit up here, like if Bitcoin's hitting, I don't know, like, what is this, November? Wow, this looks like it's changing a little bit. So if Bitcoin were at like 140,000, isn't right around 135, what Plan V said December. So if Bitcoin's around 135,000, I'll take profits. I won't be happy about it, but I'll take profits. You know, I have close to 2 Bitcoin, 1.8. I'll probably take like 0.7 to 0.8 Bitcoin off, hold the rest long term. I have around 60 some Ethereum, not including what's over in MetaMask for NFTs. Maybe like I don't know what number I'm going to take out. I'm going to start taking profits on Ethereum, but I might take 10 or 20 Ethereum off the board. And then Cardano, right? I have around 120,000 Cardano. I might take upwards of 20,000 Cardano off the board if it gets around $8 to $10. And then the rest I'm holding, right? The rest I'm good, right? I am good. I have cash on the sidelines to do things like maybe buy that house I want to buy, or have a bunch, as the cool kids say, dry powder to buy the inevitable dip. And I'm good for that. For me, it's much more an accumulation game. I am content with this continuing to take its sweet time. Just be nice, slow, and steady, right? That adoption keeps coming in. We have pullbacks, but we don't have the 90% pullbacks. We have typically, it just kind of continues to go up. if Cardano is, you know, $3, $4, $5 by December, and then like $6, $7 by next March, and then $8, $9 by next year, I'd much rather enjoy that, right? And then just continue to get that passive income, continue to get free Cardano, continue to get free Harmony One, continue to get free Ethereum, continue to get free UST over on Anchor, right? It's all about building as much passive income as possible right now, without having those gut-wrenching dumps like we had this summer, right? My portfolio getting cut, you know, meteoric rise up a ton, and then within 36 hours, I'm like, there's blood in the streets. It was brutal. That's when I did buy in pretty much the rest of the money I had left, right? I can barely make it paycheck to paycheck right now. I'm in so much. All right, Harmony One. Harmony One, man, I tell you, it has been a rough ride with Harmony One. A lot of stuff happening. We're going to take a look at the yield farms here in a second. It's hanging around its previous all-time high of September 12th. Or was it September 12th? Let's see, September 13th. And then, so we had a double top. We're basically at like a triple top right now. And then all the way back in March. It hit its high. It's been ooh. We do kind of have a cup and handle here, right? But the breakout failed, I guess. So I don't know, right? I don't know. Now we have another mini cup and handle working its way, I guess. And no, not really. Trying to do chart analysis on Harmony One. Give me a break. Anyway, we're holding around this number right here. It's pretty big level. We do break above it. Sundays, for whatever reason, Saturdays and Sundays are always good. We held it once. We held it above it for 2 days. We couldn't hold. Now we're pushing up against it. It's still resistance. I would love to get above this and hold it, so then we could start seeing movement up towards 35 and on up from there. We'll have to see how it plays out. At the end of the day, I'm not sweating it, right? It's just still a good chance to accumulate. Harmony One's day will come. Harmony One's day will come. I'm not worried about it. So let's take a look at the yield farms when it comes to Harmony One. The big one, the one that helped me get going the most would have been Sushi Swap over there. But Sushi Swap no longer has money to incentivize the Harmony One. Still a really good platform. I love me some sushi. And then came along, you know, there was quite a few Degen yield farms over there. At the time, what was there? There was Coin came in, or not Coin, but Piggy Bank. I played around with that a little bit and lost some money. There's all these different loot swaps that kind of came around, and I think for the most part, these have all been kind of dud. There's a few new ones I want to check out. Curve is now here, which is very interesting, and I cannot wait. Anchor is supposed to be coming over here. I love me some Anchor. Again, Anchor could be my bank. Could be my bank, right? If I could pay my bills and get direct deposit in Anchor right now, I probably would do it. There's some interesting ones, like Artemis Protocol is supposed to be a launch pad. Adena Finance, I think, is supposed to be a launch pad. They look a lot more like just like hardcore Degen yield farms. Maybe I'm wrong, right? But we can take a look at those two. And then Harmony Cougar was one. Harmony, man, this is all right. Harmony. That's weird. This one's brand new too. So I gotta be honest. I'm not a big fan with a lot of these Degen yield farmings coming in. It is very reminiscent of what was happening on Polygon. Just lots of garbage coming in. So I will say, be very, very careful with this stuff. It wasn't just a few weeks ago too. I think the copy pasta. What else? I don't know. This Cosmic Magic, I think, is supposed to be another like play to earn type game, if I remember correctly. And this is all very, very, very Total Magic. What do we got here? Ooh, 0.03. I guess it doesn't mean much. Yeah. And this is just a clone. It's another loot swap. Loot swap is just a clone of Pancake Swap, the best I can tell. All right, so Defikingdoms when I first saw this, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit like, yeah, this is kind of weird, right? All right, why does Defikingdoms have such a hard time with DFAT? All right, let's pull up the UE. When I first saw this, I thought it was cool, and then I also thought it was like, man, I don't. This is a little weird, right? I was pretty hardcore just yield farming at the time and wanting to make free money off yield farms. I do find yield farming in NFTs an excellent way to diversify your portfolio. I'm talking about advanced levels of diversification. There's many different ways to diversify your portfolio in yield farming. And then there's, with like pairs, like like stable coins or a stable coin with an asset. There's many different ways to look at it. And then there's pros and cons about it all too. But I think there's going to be interesting strategies moving forward and great ways to diversify your portfolio. The same thing's happening with NFTs. NFTs in themselves could be great diversifications of your portfolio if you spend the time and learn the best NFTs to get into. And then some of these NFTs, are getting into yield farming and different ways of passive income themselves. So it is giving you a nice little way. Now. Again, like 90% of my portfolio is just holding coins. Roughly 90. It's just holding the coins and staking and getting safe passive income. But 10%, roughly 10% of my portfolio is into things like maybe 50% into things like NFTs and yield farming. I mean, honestly, right now, yield farming, I have roughly $4,000 into Defikingdoms. Like I said, when I first saw this, I'm like, yeah, this is pretty cool, but like it's a little bit confusing and it just seems like a little bit of extra work just to, get your yield farm going. But no, they have the heroes coming. I did buy a Gen 0 hero that was basically paid off. It paid itself off just by yield farming. I originally put 4,000 in. That worked its way up to 6,000 because Jewel and Harmony One, or Jewel was just doing really well. Then I put another 4,000 in from borrowed money over on Anchor. That worked its way up to around $14,000 in the liquidity pool, including all the Jewel I took out that paid for my Gen 0. So my Gen 0 is free, and I had put in about $10,000 into Jewel, and it made me another 4,000. And that doesn't even include the Jewel I got in the bank now. So I'm now up $4,000 basically on yield farming in Defikingdoms. And this, I would say, is probably a 2 or 3 week period. And it happened quick because the price of Jewel went up really fast. So I took out all of it but that $4,000. So the initial $4,000 was house money from Sushi Swap. And then I made another 4,000 over on Defikingdoms. So now I'm just back down. I pulled out my house money from Sushi Swap. Now I'm back down to my $4,000 from Defikingdoms. I gotta be honest with you, I probably should have just left it all in because it's still been ripping and running and doing really well. It keeps going past my expectations. I keep waiting for the price of Jewel to tank. Right, because at the end of the day, all this really is right now is a yield farm, right? And the Jewel's got a utility. I mean, you have to spend Jewel in these Gaia tiers. I have 90 Gaia tiers. That's another $1,000 right now. I could sell. I could cut bait. I could probably sell my Gen 0 for a lot of money. I could cut bait and be out of this making a lot of money. But it's house money. It continues to make me, I think I claimed my rewards yesterday afternoon. I'm making about 20 free Jewels a day. Right now, the price of Jewel is $3.67. It keeps coming down to like $3.60, between $3.60 and $4. So I continue to make money. So I'm going to continue to ride it right now. I did recently, well, I say recently, this morning, some dude posted his report on Defikingdoms. He's really impressed by the adoption rate. My biggest concern is I don't know if they're going to have the adoption rate for this Jewel price to continue to hold up. We'll have to see. Hopefully I'm wrong. I'm very bullish in Defikingdoms. I would love to see it succeed. I cannot wait to start mining and fishing and foraging and the tavern to open and, you know, renting out another Gen 0, creating Gen 1s, and just kind of enjoying the game a little bit, right? I've been patiently waiting. And I guess it's better that, you know, they get it right versus, you know, they push it out too early and it causes it to fail. The only thing I don't like about it, quite frankly, well, there's a few things I don't like about it. And these are things that always trigger flags for me, even like Mutant Cats, right? Mutant Cats, the team is 100% anonymous. I don't like that at all. This team is basically anonymous. They have names, right? Like Foxtrot or Frisky Tango. I don't remember their names, but they're anonymous, right? I don't like that. I'm sure there's reasons to be anonymous, but at the same time, I'm not a big fan of it. What's your current strategy with Gen? My current strategy is, and that's another thing I don't like, is the whales are eating it up right now. So that anyone that was able to buy multiple, and I did try and buy a second Gen 0, the transaction failed. I said, screw it, right? I'm not going to try and run it through again. Now I kind of regret that. I wish I would have bought a second one. But the people that have multiple Gen 0s who just can stack up a bunch of Gen 1s right now and are able to sell it out on official markets. And I could, like, I've talked to a few people and I can, like, rent out another Gen 0 and use the beta tavern. It just all, like, a little bit more than what I want to get involved with. I'm just going to patiently wait for the tavern. So my strategy is to ride the Gen 0s and the Gen 1s and maybe even the Gen 2s until they buck. I'm probably gonna have a few Gen 1s, maybe play the game. I don't know. I gotta play the game to understand the mechanics a little better and see what makes the most sense, from whether it makes more sense to just sell Gen 1s, which I would imagine it is. Off the bat, you probably want to sell my theory, and I could be wrong, because again, I don't know that the adoption could be a big problem. If you can spit out 1,000 Gen 1s every 5 days, I think is like, you know, because they kind of have this diminishing returns how often you can have a Gen 1, but I think it hits a period where it's every 5 days. So if every Gen 0 has to wait to the 5 days, that's still 1,000 Gen 1s every 5 days. So, I mean, that's a decent amount of adoption I got to think we got to have. So we really don't know how this is going to play out until the game starts being more involved and we just see how it works out. I have extended an offer to a friend to let her use one of my Gen 1s. We'll see how that goes, whether she wants to get involved or not. I mean, that's up to her. I don't blame her one way or the other. It is a little bit, there's a lot to it, right? You gotta, and this is good. This is good. This helps you teach, this teaches you cryptocurrency at a much higher level. Because you got to set up MetaMask. You got to set up a Harmony One wallet. These things are all very easy, but these are the things that really propelled my understanding of just how cryptocurrency works, right? Most people never even heard of Harmony One. Most people barely know what Ethereum is, other than it's just, even Bitcoin, most people don't know what Bitcoin is, but it gets worse and worse as you go down. So I have Bitcoin's digital gold, right? That's what you're going to get out of most people. Ethereum's silver, right? That's what at best, you're going to get out of most people. Harmony One, they don't know what the hell Harmony One is. They don't know that Ethereum is a network, that Ethereum, you have to pay Ethereum to do anything. They don't know there's decentralized apps, very useful decentralized apps that you can run on Ethereum. But to do anything, it costs money. To buy NFTs, it costs Ethereum. To yield farm, it costs money. To earn money, to earn interest on your Ethereum in DeFi or whatever asset you want, it all costs money. And Harmony One's the same thing. And then, but you learn MetaMask and you learn how to import in different networks, right? Harmony One's a completely different network, and it really starts coming together and you really start understanding it. So it's not very difficult. I mean, for the most part, right? Most people were buying their cryptocurrency on Robinhood. They don't understand the you could take custody of your asset. So you can't buy your Harmony One on Robinhood. You got to buy your Harmony One on Binance for the most part, or you buy it somewhere else, and you use the Harmony Bridge. But the easiest is just to buy it on Binance, send it over to the Harmony One network in your Harmony One wallet, import your Harmony One wallet into MetaMask, and again, you learn a lot from doing that. So we're gonna have to see how this plays out. Again, I keep waiting for the price of Jewel the Tank. And it keeps surprising me, but I'm going to continue to let what I have run. I'm going to continue to collect my jewels. I'm going to be, trust me, there's times I've sat here and said, oh man, I'm just putting, I have like 300 and some thousand Harmony One, 300,000 of it's being staked. I'm like, I should YOLO this. Right? But then I'm just like, Tom, let's not, because I've seen, at the end of the day, this is a yield farm right now with the play to earn element in the works. I've seen very hype projects like Dino Swap over on Polygon. It was going through the roof. The token was 50 cents, $1, $2, $3, $4. People were going crazy. This is the next pancake swap on Polygon, and then I don't even know what it's at now. We should take a look. I am a little bit interested. So I'm trying to protect my money, not get too greedy, right? I'm still making my money and I'm still very excited for it. I'm just trying to temper my expectations. You've got to do you. I'm sure most of you out there are being responsible. Just be careful with it. That's all I'm saying, because it could happen. I mean, that switch could flip at any second. All right, let's see how Dino Swap is doing. I'll just pull it up. Dino, there we go. I was really excited for this one for a second, and I was in it pretty heavily. And then, I don't know, I think I pulled out basically break even. The Dino price is 27 cents. It wasn't too long ago. This thing again was at $3 or $4. So that could happen to Defikingdoms in any moment. I have no idea whether it's going to happen, right? I have zero idea. I do think it's going to come down to adoption, and it's going to come down to, the utility of the token. I think they got the utility of the token in a pretty good space. It's just whether or not the adoption can handle the tokenomics as a whole. I want to see the TVL in here has just been amazing too. Let's see if we can get this BFAT to work for it. All right, let's try this. This is very annoying. Nope. All right. For whatever reason, Defikingdoms has a lot of problem with BFAT. That's very annoying. So the other ones I've been taking a look at here, recent ones, and I haven't looked at them too hard, but I have looked at them. I think this Farmers Only is affiliated. I feel like Artemis is affiliated with Defikingdoms team and somehow or some other. The Artemis and the Adena Finance. Adena Finance has a very official name, right? So I was looking at these. Let's take a quick look. This looks like a hardcore. This looks like Degen, very Degen. It's just got Launchpad thrown in the name because that's a cool buzzword. And I could be wrong about these, right? All I'm saying is I've learned my lesson with Degen yield farms, and I'm not really. If you want to get into these, you can make good money on Degen yield farms if you're very early to them. And maybe this ends up not being it. Maybe I'm totally wrong. But this team, you look at the docs on this one, right? So it's a launchpad, but if you go look at the launchpad, so far all they've done are themselves, and they got what looks to be another Degen yield farm coming up. And this is a Degen yield farm, right? This isn't really a launch pad. It's a launch pad for Degen yield farms, I guess, right? And there's other things. Lotteries, right? I don't even know what these wheels and crates are. And the thing I really don't like, and these all look like copy paste, right? All these docs are copy paste with some words changed for the most part. Where's the team? Nothing about the team. They got GameFi. GameFi is Venice, right? All right. I'm not gonna lie, and I don't. I don't like talking negatively about anything in Harmony One because I love Harmony One. And again, I could be wrong, but this looks very, very like don't touch type of degen. Let's see the other one. This one just popped up recently. Let's see. I believe it's similar. Okay, this has more of a sushi swap clone vibe. I don't think this one started yet. Farm. So this one I'm gonna watch. I think it's the same thing though. I don't think there's any. The Dina Vault is set to incentivize pools. This just looks like a sushi swap clone at the second. I don't know. Docs. Let's see if there's anything on the team. Oh wow, this looks pretty bad. Yeah, completely anonymous, right? Not even gonna feign anything on the team. So this is probably gonna be a high avoid for me right now too. And then the other one that popped up, oh, Elephant. Oh, we haven't looked at this one yet. I have not seen this one, so let's see what we got here. Maybe we find a pleasant surprise. Harmony. Oh my god, this is not looking. This is not looking very promising. Farm. Okay, incorrect. I don't know that I necessarily want to. This doesn't even look like it has documents. Yep, this looks pretty degen too. That one's going to be a void for now. Maybe I'm wrong on these, right? But error caution for sure. Let's see what this elephant one is. I check this every day, hoping I see an Aave announcement either in Twitter or here. Because this is how I found out about Curve. Just a little bit out of touch, yes. All right, this elephant and then the cougar. All right, so this is a Viper Swap clone. And it does not look, is this their documents? Maybe. Oh my goodness. All right, Elephant Swap looks like degen to the max. But again, you can get into these. There might be some, just be careful. That's all I'm saying, just be careful. And then the cougar, let's see what's going on with the cougar. Where did you go, cougar? You know, all right, Harmony. This looks like another pancake swap. This one looks a little, all right, what's your TVL? 12,000? I think this just, oh, this hasn't even started yet. So this one, oh, see, this is just one pool. All right, let's see what they got before I get, all right, so they got some stuff going on. They're all deposit fees, though. I freaking hate. These are the pools. So this is almost a complete clone of Pancake Swap because they have the pools and the farms. Let's see what else they got. Bridge, future, Launchpad. See, there we go. Launchpad's a big buzzword. E-Bank. What is it? Cougar? Stake Cougar to earn new token. Deposit fee 1% for your Harmony one's not bad. But there's also a withdrawal fee. I have no idea what kind of interest it earns. It would have to be very, very good interest for me to do this instead of like putting it in just a Harmony validator. These haven't started yet. Forms. All right, so all right, here we go. 61,000%. Right, this might be something to YOLO in. No deposit. Maybe I'd be a little bit of a degen. 2 days away. Maybe you're gonna have to stick around. Maybe I throw like $1,000 at this just to degen it up. Right, 47,000. 47,000% in 61,000% on a CGS USDC. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. This one interests me a little bit, right? Just because Degen, this is like super Degen. You got to consider your money lost, stolen, rugged, or the coin just goes to zero on you in the middle of the night. But you get into this early, you pull your money out. At least, you know, you pull your money out or you're a little bit of profit pretty quickly. It could, right? Again, this is gambling. This is like you're drunk, you're shit-faced, and you go to the blackjack table and see if you could turn yourself into a millionaire overnight, right? All right, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Let's see what's going on in cryptocurrency real quick. Bitcoin pushing 62,000 again, man. I tell you, it's been a rocky up and down between this like 60,000 and 62,000 level the last few days. It's not going to take much, though. It's not going to take much for us to hit all-time highs. That was another thing in the Crypto Savvy Discord. People were in complete, utter denial about the Bitcoin ETF. There were people in there. I wonder if the Bitcoin ETF is going to get official announcement next week. I don't think so, right? I don't think it's going to happen. I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? It's already been officially announced. And I'm like, and then I even posted the SEC, that's not an official announcement. And then they would link article. I'm like, bro, the Pro Shares has already been approved. And I think a second one has too, but the Pro Shares has been approved and it's trading today. It might be trading right now. I don't freaking know. Or tomorrow, right, is the plan. They're like, no, right, here's the article. It got delayed. And it was 4 different. I'm like, dude, that's not the Pro Shares, right? So, and there was a lot of people in there in denial. What is the, let's see if it's trading. Let's see if it's trading. I doubt it is. Even if it was, I doubt it's. All right. Actually, we could take something I haven't done in a while. I'm pulling up my, it's been a minute. Give me a second. I'm going to pull up. Maybe I do something in the stock market. I haven't done anything there in a while. I've been having too much fun with crypto. I understand if you want to drop off now, but you might learn something. I do appreciate everyone that's hit the likes. How you doing? If there's anything else you want me to cover before I bounce, let's do it. I got to tell you, it's Monday, right? It's Monday morning stream. As much as I love hanging out with you all, it's bittersweet because I got to start that weekly grind. You know, you got to get that money. I gotta get my monthly nut for the rent and all that. You gotta get to work. All right, give me 1 second. I'm still pulling up my Tastyworks. Gotta make sure it's in privacy mode. Not trying to give out my account numbers. Don't need you rugging my IRA. Good news for you that any of you that do stick around for this, my portfolio is heavily crypto influenced. That's for sure. All right, we're almost there. All right. Pop back on over to the desktop. Here we are, Tastyworks. All right, so as you can see, I have 60 shares of Coinbase. I would love to get that up to 100 shares. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to be able to do that unless I get really lucky with a lot of covered calls. Hut, I've done really well on Hut. I'm thinking about doing something here. We might do this live on stream. You're going to get to see some advanced level options trading. Mara, Riot, and Tesla has just been a beast lately. Excuse me, the NASDAQ. Oh, the NASDAQ was down like 74 points. It came out with the vengeance. All right, so what was, let's see if that Pro Shares Bitcoin ETF. I'm going to look up the symbol. Pro Shares BTC. Maybe. I'm curious to see if I could trade that. The first is set to begin trading. All right, so all right, yeah, that's fine. Let's see. Listing is Monday. Bitto. All right, I doubt. All right, let's check Google. Bitto ticker. October 19th. I don't even know what the day is. All right, so it's not going to start trading tomorrow. I will be interested. Let's see if Tasty Works. I don't know if anyone from the Crypto Savvy stream that's in denials here, but that would be excellent. Again, I can't. Hopefully, he puts out a video that nothing's changed, guys. What was it, Bitto? All right. Tasty Works doesn't have it in the platform yet. I am looking to do something. Let's see, because Hut, man, I got into Hut with mostly some cash secured puts, and then I did buy some shares, sell some calls. Ooh, the IV on this is high. I'm not really looking. Ooh, all right. I can go out to like $20. Oh, you know what? Yeah. All right, $19. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, so I'm gonna sell basically what's called a covered strangle because I own the share. Let's be greedy. Let's be like at the money because I'm bullish. Hut's gonna go up, dude. Bitcoin's gonna go up. Hut's gonna go up. This is December. This is 60 days out. Oh, I don't know if I want to sell a call now that I think about it. We can go to like, yeah, there we go. All right. Let's see what November looks like. So $1.55. This is only 32 days out. I kind of like that. Let's see that. This could buy me one share of freaking Coinbase. I'm just trying to be engaged. All right, so I'm going to sell a $12 put, a $19 call. Hut has to go below $12 for me to basically have to buy another 100 shares. But my cost basis would be $10.45 because it's $12 minus $1.55 minus basically 50 cents, so minus $2. So my cost basis on Hut, if it were to go down, would be $10. I'm good with that, right? The worst case that could happen to me is Hut goes to $19. I'm still good. If Hut goes to $20, I get 100 shares taken away from me, which I have, plus the credit received $2, plus that. So I'd basically make $1,000 and I'd have 100 shares of that called away. You know what? The odds are in my favor, 11% chance that that'll even touch the money. And then we can defend against it, right? We can defend against it. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. Probably going to have to lower that. Oh, you know what? Shit. What just happened? Oh, good. I did it in the right account. Any other account, it would have got rejected. All right, so I'm going to come over here. I'm going to put close for profit. We're going to buy this back at $1. And hopefully we make an easy $100 on that. I don't know if they have. Ooh, they have. So the one critical flaw in what I just did is I didn't check their earnings date. So they do report earnings 11/11, but as you can see, the expected move, it's only going to be bad if it goes down. And I'm okay buying more Hut shares. I do think Hut's going to be a monster long term. I do think these miners, Hut, Mara, and Riot in particular, I think Hut's in Canada. Right, I'm not sure about that one. But these miners are the Exxon Mobils of the future, believe it or not, in my opinion. I can be Lee Earth in the house. How you doing, brother? Lee Earth. I don't know if I'm saying that right. How you doing? I know you just recently subscribed. G Gomez or J Gomez in the house. How you doing, bro? Thank you. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up. Again, I really appreciate everyone coming by. I will be back tomorrow. I don't know what right now we're just kind of keeping it loose. Kind of, we'll be talking about crypto in general. We'll be talking about DeFi in general. Whatever's hot. NFTs. Again, I'm a little worn out on NFTs right now. There's just so much garbage spewing out. But if something interesting comes along, I might get involved in it. It has been a bit relaxing because it is such a grind, especially in the Discords. But I just want to stay in touch with you all. Talk about exit strategies if that becomes a thing because the crypto market gets too far ahead of ourselves, and keep that on your radar. Anyway, once again, I am 17th time of wrapping this up. I'll be back tomorrow, 6:25 a.m. PST. Be there, be square. Love you all, and peace.